My name's Fig, one of the co-founders of Squid, and let me just get my Squid necklace out. I've been riding here in the rain. So Squid is a platform for swapping any token between chains. We connect up 75 chains across the Cosmos and EVM, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the roots of crypto and interoperability and how that can be expanded to any infrastructure in the future as we scale crypto. And this is the title, which is very intense, as we heard. It's not actually in DAppCon Berlin. That's need to be changed. Okay, so this is what we have. We have a world of battling technologies, battling communities, vying for power. And we've got Solana and Mordor, of course. Cosmos. I think I put Cosmos around where the what's this? This is where the hobbits went to fight Smaug, right? And this is Mirkwood Forest, which is a magical place, which I think fits well with the Cosmos. And then Celestia is over where the elves came from in the east. And a lot of people think this is a problem. You see this everywhere. So there's like thousands of talks which talk about how hard it is to move tokens between chains. If you want to just do a simple thing in DeFi, it takes maybe 10 steps. If you're not a crypto native, you have no idea how to do it, which website to go to. You don't know if you're going to get hacked. And the temptation here is to build the one chain abstraction layer, which is how you get to everything. And you can't see very well here, but that's Sauron. And trying to unite everything under one interface where you go in and you just do what you want, and that interface is going to be able to control whatever you can do in the future. It controls what infrastructures have power, because if that one layer, the chain abstraction layer, doesn't integrate a certain new technology, then that new technology has no users. And I think to find the answer of what we want in the future, we have to go right back to the beginning of crypto, which is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin gave us interoperability in the sense that the only things that needed to be interoperable on Bitcoin were users, like sending transactions between two agents, two parties. And then ownership, which is like true, strong ownership. They're super linked. Ownership really is the ability to transact with anyone you want. If you don't have that ability to be interoperable, you don't have ownership. Two sides of our dream. And then Ethereum came along, and you keep the freedom to transact, but you add Turing completeness. You can have not just one type of money, but any type of equity. You have applications on top of it. And what we needed in Ethereum was Uniswap. You need a marketplace to transact, to swap over to a new type of currency. But that was only within one chain. To go across chains, that's the problem we have right now. We have, Celestia's breaking the stack into a million different pieces, and we have Cosmos, which really had this vision from the beginning that everything was going to need its own stack and need to be interoperable with each other. And everyone's trying to solve it in different ways, but the answer, I think, at the cross-chain level is really simple. You just need a form of interchain tokens, which is sort of the ERC20 equivalent. We've got ICS20 in Cosmos, Squid. That's where the ability to swap value between environments, between communities or ecosystems. And then you can still build, all the use cases should be exactly the same with crypto. Maybe they can get more complex as the infrastructure gets more powerful. And that's where I think, I've just been thinking a lot about how these are really the same thing. Modular isn't quite the same, but to have modularity, you need to have really strong permissionlessness and interoperability. And the innovation cycle of crypto is so fast because of these things. Like, the more permissionlessness we have, I think that might be what's coming up, the less lock-in you have. So in Web 2, you speculate, you build a cool tech company, you make $1 billion, and then you keep making $1 billion for like 40 years. And this is the examples like Visa and MasterCard and Spotify. But with crypto, you have this open nature of it, which allows anyone to fork you or to copy you. Not only that, but it allows, because of the permissionlessness, a better technology than Visa or MasterCard could come in and start winning the business of everyone much more easily, because the APIs for all the new technologies are really open, and you can switch providers more easily in Web3. And interop is really the secret to that. So Visa and MasterCard, Spotify and Apple Music. Coming from, as a musician, I always had that dream to take my music library to a new interface, which is themed on, if I'm not a metal, well, I like metal, but if I'm in that mood, I could have a metal-themed interface, and like all my recommendations could be based on something much more arcane, and prevents this like centralization of culture that we've seen with algorithms and whatnot. And yeah, which brings me to the thing. There's this theme at the moment where infrastructure investment is a disease that crypto has, and we've just seen like 1,000 L2s get $1 billion of valuation on the market, and no real applications for crypto apart from gambling, and Polymarket now. But I think this might be more of a symptom of a good thing. The fact that it's even possible that investors might think that you can invest in new infrastructure to make money is a symptom of the fact that the infrastructure has a chance of replacing the old infrastructure. So over time, this like infinite infrastructure updating will hopefully lead to really good systems, and just never stagnating, never letting the technology stagnate. And as long as we have good interoperability, we can sustain this. Definitely think that we need more use cases for crypto. I'm not saying that, but the infinite infrastructure reinvestment might actually be a really good thing. So just going a bit into the interoperability, these are all the things, think about if I'm a developer who wants to develop an application on Arbitrum, what do I need to know about Solana to be able to get all the Solana users to come over and use me? And it's, all these things, it's so many different parts of the stack, infrastructure, markets. You need to know the smart contracts on that environment, and that's just Solana. So if you want to add Squid, maybe enterprise chains in the future, Cosmos, EVM, everything, it's just not possible for one developer to learn all these things. So you need some kind of abstraction, and that's part of what we do. We've got developer tools which go and try to take each of these problems one by one, and you can use them however you like. So we allow you to get tokens between chains, but then also call any contract, and this is all in JavaScript. So you can just build an application in TypeScript and access users from any other ecosystem. You still have full control over your own tech. If you're building in Cosmos and you want to use the full Cosmos SDK, build something really special, you can do that, but you don't want to sacrifice all of the hype users from Solana or Squid or the EVM rollups. And just today, Squid powers a bunch of different use cases, like the only ones really in crypto: NFTs, DeFi, GameFi, and wallets. And here's an example of the checkout, for example. So the user, imagine the product that you're trying to buy in an almost Shopify-like style. You build a website, you have your product, and you want a user to be able to come to your website and just pay for it however they want. That's really what we're trying to target. So this button opens up a list of all the tokens you have on all the different chains that you have money on, and we're actually adding a feature at the moment to allow you to log in with both Cosmos and EVM wallets, so you can see all your balances across all the different types of chains. Select any of them and then purchase with one click. This is an AI hack we did last year. We didn't release it, but you can, if you have this interface to do anything on any chain, then you can power it with AI. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for listening. Happy to take questions. Happy to take questions. Anyone Anyone got? Okay, one up the back.
Did you bring your designers here? Because I'd love to.
I think Alice is, I don't know if she's in the room right now, but she's here. She didn't, she's not the designer, but she's the mastermind behind, all of this branding, which we love.
Yeah. Also, just interested in, because I have some thoughts about UI and stuff.
Yeah, let's chat. Yeah. Sounds good.
Is all of these open source? And do you have some wiki where you document all the chains that you abstract?
What was the first part of the question?
The first part is if all of this UI and, let's say, tooling is open source.
No, it's not open source. Yeah. So the contracts are all open, but the routing, the quoting part is not open source. Yeah. The SDKs and the front-end tooling we're all opening up. We are refactoring everything at the moment. I can show you a little bit. I can't show you the exact implementation, but say this is a widget which we'd made as a purchase widget, and we're breaking it down into React hooks and UI components that now anyone can use as they like, because maybe a developer just wants to use the say the wallet connection, and we support 22 wallets across EVM and Cosmos, and maybe they just want to take that and then build the rest of it themselves, and they can get a quote however they like. But I think there's a lot of front-end complexity that we've had to solve, and all of that stuff is open. Yeah.